Nosferatu, brand new film that hit theaters on Christmas Day. It comes from director Robert Eggers. His three previous films are The Lighthouse, The Northman, and The Witch. He writes and directs. Again, this movie is based off of the original novel of Dracula and the original film of Nosferatu. In this film, Thomas Hutter is the lead character, played by Nicholas Hoult, who's married to his wife Ellen, played by Lily Rose Depp. Thomas is a real estate agent who is asked by his boss, Knock, played by Simon McBurney, to travel a 6-week trip to get the signature of Count Orlok, who's played by Bill Skarsgård. But I actually realized that Orlok and Thomas's boss wants him to be there in order for him to get closer to Thomas's wife, Ellen, who I said is played by Rose Depp. Also, movie as Thomas and Ellen are struggling with the fact that the devil and the plague could be hitting their town. They head to hang out with their friends, who are Friedrich and Anna, who are played by Aaron Taylor Johnson and Emma Corrin. Ralph Ineson is in the movie as a doctor who's helped to bring in to help try to fix what's going on with Ellen. And also helping to fix is the doctor's best friend of the professor, played by Willem Dafoe. The film is 2 hours and 12 minutes long and is rated R. Welcome back to a brand new review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinnenberg. We're talking Nosferatu. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do movie and TV show reviews, movie franchise rankings, out-of-theater reactions, and every Tuesday I do my box office breakdown show. So please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on Nosferatu? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Should they stop remaking this type of story involving Dracula? Is this one of your favorites of the year? And if you liked it that much, should this be in awards season? If so, what should be nominated? Let me know in the comment section down below. I respond to all comments. And also, please hit that thumbs up button. So, Robert Eggers has been a very divisive filmmaker. He makes very much out there, as they say, films, The Witch and The Lighthouse in particular. But Eggers, to me, has made three really good movies, so great movies. He's become one of the more interesting filmmakers in Hollywood, and that's why I was here for this movie. So let's get into Nosferatu. And I absolutely loved this movie. I think this is actually Eggers' best film, and it does feel like a culmination of his first three directed films, setting up this movie on a platter where he used all of his tricks, all of it, and it's all on display in Nosferatu. A lot of people said that all of Nolan's career was leading into making a film like Oppenheimer. This is very similar, I think more so for Eggers, where you go from Witch to Lighthouse to Northman to Nosferatu, and you can really feel this being a culmination of his last 10 years of work. Because this is one of the more masterfully directed and helmed films of the year. This is a subject matter that has been told a lot of times over the last 100 years. The original Nosferatu film came out all the way back in the 1920s. And obviously, we know the story of Dracula and Nosferatu in a lot of different mediums over the last century. And it is something that people have either heard of or at least seen in movies or shows a billion times. But Eggers puts his own unique spin to it. I think he is one of the rare 3 to 5 filmmakers working today where you feel like you're watching a Robert Eggers movie, because there's so many directors now where, yes, they can make the best movies of the year, some great movies, but at times, just from like a look perspective, a vibe, an atmosphere, a shot choice, you wouldn't say that's that person's film. Maybe you say that more for a writing perspective, but from a directing perspective, you now understand, if you've seen all of his films, what a Robert Eggers film is. And he puts that on full display. This movie is bleak with a capital B, from the very opening scene, which is phenomenal, one of the best scenes, one of the best opening scenes of the year, till the very end of the movie. It is dark, it is bleak. There's like 1 or 2 scenes where we're in the daytime in this film. It's very much a nighttime movie. We have dark things happening, and it is both scary, tense, claustrophobic, and there's a lot of different types of scares. And I'll get to Bill Skarsgård in a second, but really anchoring this film are the 2 lead performances, which are Nicholas Hoult and Lily Rose Depp. Holt really is the lead character for the first half of the movie, and then Rose Depp balances him out for the second half of the movie. Holt is perfectly cast because there's a lot of obviously over the top things going on. Dracula, the plague, in this type of film, vampire tough stuff like that's going on. But the movie can't work unless you have a very grounded character in Nicholas Holt's character. He does feel like in this very obviously hyper realized world, he's a very realistic character. He feels like a regular dude who is in this particular situation, who's going on the 6-week journey so him and his wife can finally have the life they've been after as he's been struggling at his work. And Holt's really good because he goes from excited to, feels like this is a destiny for him to do this, to motivated, to being scared for his life, but also scared for his wife's life. And Nicholas Holt really grounds this movie in as much as reality as it can get. And that's what really balances out the first half of the movie is Holt's bringing this movie down to a grounded level. But the standout performance of the movie is Lily Rose Depp, who obviously has a very famous father in Johnny Depp, but she's been doing roles for the last 5 years, especially known for like The Idol, for example, a show that got a lot of heat last year. But she's been doing roles for the last 5 years. But this will put her officially on the map because this is one of the best performances, male or female, of 2024. And she probably won't be a factor in award season because this movie came out in late December and it's a horror movie, which it's already a strikeout on you getting a nomination at the Oscars, but she deserves it because she is going through a lot in this movie. She's going through possession. She's going through PTSD, bad dreams, her life on the line. She's going through so many different types of emotions, and she is brilliant in the film. I was definitely in awe of Lily Rose Depp, especially when you put her in a cast of so many established names in Hollywood. And when she pops like this, that's a really good sign. She's the absolute standout of this film. I wish she gets nominated at the Oscars. I'll say that now. If you haven't watched Nosferatu, her performance is worth a ticket of admission alone. She's phenomenal in the movie. But also, it has to be good here is Count Orlok, the Dracula villain of the movie, and Bill Skarsgård, who is getting a lot of heat. People saying he's doing the same roles. He's not. He is, for me, one of the most fascinating actors in Hollywood because, yes, this is his second horror icon character that he's played after Pennywise, but this is a totally different character and performance than he did for Pennywise. The way he talks, the way he speaks, the movements, at times you don't even realize that it's Bill Skarsgård. It's a very impressive performance that isn't just tweaking the voice in post-production. And obviously the look is there, but I think the performance is excellent. And Skarsgård is brilliant in the movie. Aaron Taylor Johnson also is playing someone who also grounds the movie because he's obviously would be most people in this situation doubting the idea of the devil or the plague, that being two things that are connected, and the reality of things. He's very good. I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm happy he's in this movie. Willem Dafoe also goes close to full-on Lighthouse in this film where he's kind of going, he's a professor. He can kind of go crazy, but in a really fun way. And Dafoe and McCoy, all the performances are really strong here. But it's the vibe, the atmosphere, the tone, the bleakness that gets you through it. And it is a horror epic. It is something that you just don't see anymore, is horror films on this epic scale. And, horror films can feel really great horror films can feel very tight-knit, not the world on the line, which are great. But this movie takes a lot of huge swings. And most of the time, if not all of the time, they hit a home run with it. My only negative is I do wish after the opening scene, the movie had a little bit more momentum to it. It took a little bit more time from the opening scene to Holt's character getting to the castle. That whole thing for me was kind of boring. That 15, 20-minute chunk for me just didn't work. Outside of that, this is one of the best movies of 2024. I can't wait to rewatch it and talk to people about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section because I'm going to give Nosferatu a 4.5 out of 5, a 92%. What are your thoughts on Nosferatu? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.